guys, so we're back today to show you how you can get rid of damaged clear coat and really heavy clear coat peel on your auto paint. In this case, this is our rear bumper, and you can see this really heavy flaking in here. Well, you can see that, just barely touch it with my finger and it comes off. And you can't really do any touch-up work to it to make it look better until you've gone through the proper steps so that it's going to look good after you do. So the first thing we do is take some water, some soapy water, ours is just Dawn, and this will just help loosen any of this big stuff off. And you're going to just hit it lightly, your razor, and we're going to just be really gentle, and we're just going to get all this really thick, all this big chunky stuff off.
Yeah, the idea is to get all the stuff that's going to come off, go ahead and get a nice hard edge there that we can wet sand down so we can re-clear it, right?
Right, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. And then there's some areas like down here, if you can see that obviously we're gonna have to hit with a heavier grit sandpaper.
Like a 220.
Like a 220, and get rid of these really hard edges, right? Because when you're painting and putting primer and clear coat and that sort of stuff, you want your finish completely smooth. You can't have these little chunks missing, or when you put the paint on it, and it's going to still look like crap pretty much.
So what kind of expense are we talking about here?
Well, not much actually. This part you're just going to use, like I said, soap and water and a razor blade, and that doesn't cost anything.
Little Duplicolor clear coat, little can of that.
Right, that's about what, $8 or so?
Yeah, it looks like you're going to use a little bit of touch up. I'm going to go ahead and say this car right here, you can make this bumper look brand new again for, I'm going to call it $14.
Probably $14, that's about it. As long as you take the time to go through and do this as if you don't, you can buy endless cans of paint, endless cans of clear coat. You're still not going to like it.
Coming up there.
Yeah, see that? Still not going to likely be happy with the job because it's not going to look good without this stuff gone and wet sanded down to a smooth finish.
And how much pressure are you putting on that razor blade?
Very little, very little.
You're just kind of letting it guide itself.
Just letting it guide itself. I've got 2 fingers laying on the bottom of it.
That's funny. I see a shard of clear coat just sticking out that actually fell down.
Yep, you will. And it doesn't take a lot. You're not trying to gouge the paint on the car. You're just trying to remove the loose stuff and get it ready to go for wet sanding. And that's where the wet sanding is what's going to get rid of this hard edge right here where you can you see that through there?
I think we can kind of make it out a little bit.
Yeah, that hard edge.
It's where the clear coat's still there, and it's the part
and we've got rid of the flaky part.
Yeah,
exactly.
Here's some of the flaky part right here.
And even if they can see inside, even in these letters.
Go ahead, point it out.
See inside of these letters right here where it's so. See that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you've got to get all of this stuff
And when this clear coat bubbles off like this, it's offering the car no protection. The car's not protected. This paint is still salvageable, and you can get some protection on it very inexpensively and very quickly. And that's why we're making this video, because, for the average person, you can really increase the looks of your vehicle's looks as well as its financial value.
Definitely, and I'm one of those people that my car has to look good. I don't drive a dirty car. I don't want my paint messed up. So, I'll take the time that it takes to fix it right. And, you don't want to your car's resale value would really be hurt with paint or clear coat looking like this.
All right, so I guess we're going to chip all that off, then we'll get back with you on the wet sand. How's that sound?
Sounds like a plan.
All right, guys, so take a real close look. We went and got all of this nasty stuff off of this thing. So all of the clear coat that's lifted is now gone, and she's done an excellent job. We've got real smooth everywhere. And so there's a couple spots here that I'm gonna have to put a little bit of primer on. But basically we're just gonna do, this is kind of like piecing it in or phasing in the top to the bottom. This is real inexpensive. But how I'm going to do it is I'm going to go and shoot a little bit of primer here and there where it needs it. Come back and I'm going to hit it with a real fine grit. Spray a little bit of color on it, then I'm going to seal the whole thing. Okay, you ready? So it looks like right here we got some bad news going on right here. Just want to dust it real quick. Where else we got? A little bit over here. Okay. Take a little bit up here. Alright. Remember this bad spot on this light? Try to get that covered up a little bit. Right here on the side. This is always really bad on these because people can't stop from hitting stuff. Right?
Seems to definitely be the case on this car.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this mist kind of set on it. And then I'm pretty much going to get this little fraction of it done. And we'll catch you in right when we spray the color on it.
Okay guys, so at this point all we're doing is taking some, looks like 2000 grit paper, sandpaper, and just smoothing out the final spots on the primer. Getting it ready for the paint. And it doesn't take a whole lot of effort there. You just want...
Trying to show them how smooth it is now.
Yeah, you just want it to be nice and smooth so that your paint lays down really nice.
So what we're going to do now, see, to show them how the other paint's still out there. See guys, what's happening here is the whole thing's wet sanded down, but only certain areas had primer in it that had the damage to it. Because we wanted the new paint to lay down flat and be nice and shiny when we're done. Anyway, like I said, this is just a rear bumper cover, nothing special. But, you know, it really does change the appearance of the car quite a bit.
Definitely.
So, with no further ado, let me go ahead and break out some red.
We'll be back with you guys. Okay, so now that we've done the sanding over the primer, just lightly, smooth everything out, we're getting ready to go ahead and shoot this thing with some red paint, and that's Duplicolor. And as always, just doing that light dust coating.
See down there where it's going to blend in.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that, but see how good that already looks. And of course, he's nowhere near done with the painting portion of it yet. That blend is great. So this poor car basically had a rough life in the front and a rough life in the back.
Got it coming in going, didn't it?
Sure did. Sides, pretty darn good. Really a straight car too, isn't it?
It really is.
Not all beat up and dented up.
You stay right there. I'm going to just hit this side over here. Alright, we'll come back in a second. We'll show you what this looks like.
Okay guys, so here we are with the finished product. Well, finished as far as the red goes.
Still has to be cleared.
Still has to have its clear coat. But a huge difference from what you guys were seeing at the beginning of this video with all that clear coat peel. And hopefully you can see how nice it really does come out if you just take that little while and take that little bit of extra time to do that wet sanding. So that's just a quick look, and we'll be back to clear it with you. Okay, welcome back guys. We're going to go ahead and do the clear coat on this car now. You can see he's just using the long, slow strokes with the paint, or I'm sorry, with the clear coat. Patience really is key with this because it won't take a lot to mess the whole thing up. And how long would you say they need to let it cure in between? How long has this one been curing?
Oh, I usually give them a couple hours. at least. Half the time I just come back the next day. Just because I don't like to deal with wet paint.
Right. So this one's been probably every bit of 6 or 8 hours, and it's been pretty warm here today. And that's something else you'll really have to pay attention to, depending on where you're doing your painting, you know, your climate and stuff, because you have to add a lot of extra time for drying if it's not really nice and warm when you're doing it. We've had a few nightmares like that, haven't we? Waiting.
Yes, we have. Well, guys, there she wraps. Well, hold on, I got this one corner over here. You're not going to be able to see that well anyway.
No.
That's alright.
But they can see. Looking at some, man, that is pretty. It's a whole different bumper cover than what you guys saw earlier, huh? And that's your finished product.
Well, we got one more coat to go, but that's pretty much it.
Yes, and then
I'm
tomorrow,
I'll put an extra coat on it so I can color sand it.
Right. Just take that orange peel out.
Mm-hmm.
Alright guys, so there you go.
Color match is pretty good.
It looks great. Yeah, there you go. Let me show them that, as a matter of fact. So there's the bumper cover, and there's your factory paint.
The bottom of it's the original color. The only thing that we changed was the middle.
That's it.
And you really can't tell.
No, you really can't. Looks great. Not bad for, what, a $7, $8 can of paint?
Yep, $8. Actually, we read this for $14.50. We did this little project. Alright, let me go ahead and pull this off. Pause that for a second, and I'm going to pull the tape off so they can see the color difference.
Alright. Okay, guys, so he went ahead and pulled the tape off. Show you the color difference.
There isn't one, Harley.
Not much, nope. Considering this is brand new paint on, what is this car, 13 years old? This is 2001. Not bad at all.
Not bad.
Love it.
$15.
Cannot complain. Alright guys, so hope that this video will help someone. Anything you want to say, Carman?
Yeah, subscribe.
Please subscribe. Remember, I'm still in this competition.
I'm so obsessed with you. Please subscribe.
Seriously, we do appreciate all your support, and we
really
do
guys.
hope that it will help somebody out. All right.
That's what it's about.
You guys take care. We'll see you next time.